New York City girl to the T. We can lead and we can tap into our own powers, impact your culture and make things better with your art. Since I am a baddie with like a big B, I'm on the right path because things are always working out somehow. It's just been inspiring. It's like I'm gonna share my truth, you want it or not. It's rock and roll time and we need baddies who speak up and take space. I am Coco. I am from Finland, a musician, entrepreneur, and a model, and this is my storyline. Period. So I am from Finland originally, but I did partially grow up in the Middle Europe, in Brussels, Belgium. And prior moving to the US, I have lived in the UK. I have spent a lot of time in the Middle Europe in general. So like, that's like my tea. Like it's just like around different cultures, very international, all my homies, like, they are like Lithuanian, Italian, Mediterranean, like, we just international. So like for me, those experiences and like learning different languages, I kind of knew like New York City would be like a vibe for myself. And how I got into music, I always been like playing, like I always been involved. I have played the alto saxophone since I was like 8 years old, part of choirs, music conservatories. But I was a DJ and a radio host, and everything kind of changed for me when I met Erykah Badu. I interviewed her, and then we were emailing after a little bit, and I feel like that meeting kind of changed a lot for myself. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna come here, spend some time, but then I found an audio engineering school, applied, got in, I started learning about production, more and more instruments. Like I love real instruments. And then I kind of started my own artistry, and that's about it. I love it. Even when I had these interviews with bigger artists, like from Erykah to Wiz Khalifa, whatnot, they always told me like, my bosses, like, don't ask these astrology questions or like spiritual things. I'm like, yo, this is what they want to like. Just I'm trying to say, I feel like I was ahead of my time so much in there. But now they see it. Like I've gotten some really cool opportunity here, I think. But I don't really think about it. I just love you, Finland. With my artistry, I think I always write a lot about, just like growth, spiritual growth and self-love. One topic that I am really passionate about, and I have always been throughout my whole career, is like women empowerment. We can lead and we can tap into our own powers. Since I am a baddie with like a big B, so like, I don't know, I just love to, dress up. I love wearing heels. Like I love to feel sexy. Like something about me, like I come from like a kind of conservative background, I would say. So I guess that's why, don't get me wrong, I skateboard. So I have that tomboy side, like I be wearing skate shoes and like, baggy pants a lot, but I love to feel sexy, and I don't know, I think people could maybe assume I'm a little bit of a hoe or something, but I just love one, so that maybe was something, I don't know. Ever since I was even in media, doing that radio show and DJing and all that, like I kind of was always very purpose oriented. Just I always cared about connection, about unity, being one, and empowering people around, and especially empowering women. So it was kind of the same thing. I feel like just especially when I was DJing, I always kind of felt like, oh, like production wise, I would do this thing differently or this thing. And then I kind of connected the dots, like I should make my own music because I love this. It's kind of always been it, like the mission and purpose has never really changed. But I must say, especially when I started releasing the songs of my first album, like a lot just changed. Like the energy, I was ascending, and I was like, yeah, like this is me. I am, doing the right thing. I'm on the right path because things are always working out somehow. So as long as I just stay, focused and I stay true to myself and like follow my purpose, they are all working out. So tune in, align to your soul, because that is gonna bring you all of it. So right now, this next album, it's like a rock and roll vibe. And why? I think because I just been inspired, especially by like electric guitar, but also just I've always been kind of heavy on my activism like bag and like skateboarding, like having that mentality that like, especially for us girls, like we don't care. We're not asking permissions to exist, like things like that. So it's been inspiring. It's like I'm gonna share my truth, you want it or not. It's rock and roll time and we need baddies who speak up and take space. So that's what it is. I love to inspire women and empower women. So like I hope especially girls, if they see it, they are like, oh my God, like I can do this too. And I can, you know, not, have to like dim my light, or, I can dress sexy, or I can say these things out loud, or I can learn to like play this instrument. Like, when I have first moved here, I barely played some keys and like saxophone, and I have taught many instruments. I have taught myself to produce. Like I could have produced almost all my songs pretty much. Some of them I have produced that are out too. So it's like, that's what I want to do. Like just inspire, and then to make them feel, I don't know, maybe hopefully align and heal. Like, no, it's rock and roll, but still I share my truth, and I will be sharing it till the day I die. So hopefully you'll just feel empowered, inspired, and yo, I can take over this all. You are being yourself. I don't really need to do these things for anyone to validate me or like tell me, if I am this or not. I know I'm it, I am myself. And, it's very, like I said, everything is very mission driven and purpose oriented. So, I will be doing this the next 60 years of my life. I don't care about the relevancy. I don't even care about the authenticity, but I think I am definitely authentic because I am myself. So honestly, behind the scenes, people do not know, but I'm honestly kind of involved with like a few different organizations, because this like women empowerment thing, like for me, making and taking spaces, whether it's music or skateboarding or like whatnot, it's like really a calling. And one thing I am going to have a call about to this like studio in LA actually soon, like they have a studio where it's actually only for girls, because I do think it's so important to create those safe spaces for women in our industry, so they can go to studio. They don't have to be, scared of someone is trying to touch them, or, assuming weird favors, things like that. So something I am like personally, like on my personal bucket list, I want to, be involved in that world, like just create more safe spaces for women in music, and hopefully open a studio like that in here too. I would like to even produce more for other girls, but at the same time, I am still kind of staying with this music stuff. Is kind of, you got to always like stay like tuned in, tapped in, and with the source or like God, and kind of like get anything done that your intuition is telling. Don't date a wrong person, as like it sounds like it's not connected to music as much, but honestly, I have before talked about this, but I feel like for a male artist, to have like a supportive girlfriend can make them like just like ascend so fast, and they feel comforted and supported, and like an energy from a woman is so nurturing and wholesome. But for us girls in this industry, it really has to be the right one, because us girls, we get attention. We work with a lot of, other male people like whatnot. So you can't really have someone controlling what you're wearing, who you're working with. So yeah, never date a wrong one, because then everything goes left, and opportunity can't come. I honestly hear always like guys also talking about it, or someone was like, someone was playing your music in the car I was going to this, or in a bodega or something. And then men have told me that they just kind of, when they listen to my music, they kind of feel they feel like relaxed, like they feel like something is harmonizing to them, like which I think divine feminine energy is about. It is about harmonizing. But yeah, I think girls probably mainly follow, especially what I do, because it's kind of like the main thing. I want to empower them. This is your connection to the source and to God, basically. And like, it's your own soul journey and your own path. Do not compare too much. You're doing what you're kind of being like guided from the unknown. And once you get a little bit, you ascend more, like you get a little bit more lit, don't compare. Don't, you are doing your own thing, being your own soul. So like you just have more than plenty of abundance and everything amazing there. There is as many spaces, as we take and create in there. Feel me? Success, I think it just means that I can make something that is impactful. I am not really trying to do anything that looks like something to someone like certain way. I just want to be impactful, make things better, align and heal, on my way to my destiny or like direction. So yeah, that is what it's about. It's about, I'm not trying to repeat, something that's already done or like that everyone else is doing. I just want to do something that's, original, it's authentic, it's myself 100%. So that could be it. Thank you all for your support, for your love, for your encouragement. I love you so much. Shout out to all my girlies. Shout out to Pussy Power. Shout out to Coco. Shout out to the source. And thank you so much, SL, for having me, and many blessings and much love.